Hello! I've decided to start doing a series of reviews on films that I feel don't get talked about enough on YouTube. And I'm going to start with a review of the Harold Lloyd film Safety Last. For those of you who don't know who Harold Lloyd is, he was a comedian in the 1920s and he's seen as one of the three great geniuses of silent comedy alongside Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton, although he isn't as well remembered as those two nowadays, which is a shame because his films are amongst the best of that era. Now, Safety Last is probably the film he's most well known for. In it, he plays a young man who moves to the big city to make a success of himself and marry his girlfriend. He gets a job as a sales clerk in a department store, and he sends the girlfriend expensive gifts that he can't actually afford. This leads her to mistakenly believe that he is now successful enough for them to start a family, so now Harold not only must convince her that he's the manager of the department store, but also has to find a way to make a lot of money for them to settle down. Because it wouldn't be as funny if he just told her the truth. Despite being 95 years old, the film holds up really well. This is partially because Lloyd's character has this everyman quality that makes him very relatable. Take the scene where he's running late for work. This is something that happens to pretty much everyone, so you can see yourself in his place, even though he's going to quite absurd lengths to get there. The other reason the film is so good is the set pieces. Obviously, there's the famous climactic scene where Lloyd is forced to climb to the top of a building, which is arguably the most iconic scene of any film of the silent era, and it's easy to see why that is. It's a wonderful mixture of suspense and humour. Now, while Lloyd wasn't actually climbing the real building in the long shots as a stuntman, and when you see Lloyd, it's like a mock-up of a wall, and he wasn't as high up as he would have been climbing the real building, but he was still quite a number of feet above the ground. So if he fell, he could have quite easily been killed or seriously hurt if the safety net wasn't, quite in the right place. And the fact that it was done virtually for real really adds something to the sequence that would be missing had the film been made today and, it just been a guy in front of a green screen. The rest of the film is great too. It's one of those rare comedies where every joke works. Apparently Harold Lloyd would do test screenings of his films, and any parts that didn't get a laugh would be cut out or replaced with something else. And that's clearly a good method for doing a comedy, because there aren't any moments where I thought, this scene isn't funny. In fact, I think it puts a lot of today's comedies to shame. Now to give the film my final score. Now I'm going to be rating these films using a 4-star rating system. 1 star meaning it's bad, 2 stars meaning it's just okay, 3 stars meaning it's good, and 4 stars meaning it's a must-see film. I'm going to give Safety Last the full 4 stars. It's one of the most consistently funny films ever made, and if you've never seen a silent film before, this is a great way to start. Now, for any UK viewers, keep in mind, the film is only available in the Harold Lloyd Definitive Collection box set, which is a very good box set, which has many of his best films. However, that box set is now out of print. You could probably still find used copies online, that's how I got mine, but it might be a little bit difficult to track down. If you have a region-free player, I recommend importing the Criterion Collection release from America, which is available on DVD and Blu-ray. It has a remastered picture and lots of extra features that are quite interesting, so yeah, that's a good release to get if you're region-free, or you live in America. Right, that's the end of the review. I hope you enjoyed it. If there are any films that you feel should get talked about more than they do, that you would like me to talk about in a future video, please say so in the comments. Thank you for watching.